First aid. Hello campers, lovers of the great outdoors. First aid. Keyword being first. First. The fine folks at Surviveware sent me their small first aid kit to take a look at. And first aid kits aren't really the most exciting subjects to talk about, but they are by far one of the most important subjects to talk about, if not the most important subject to talk about. Now, before we get into the contents of this new first aid kit, I've got to tell you about buying mentality. Let's look at that first. First aid kits range in price and the amount of contents, or the number of items you get in each kit. Now, me being a somewhat frugal person, the number of items in the kit at first meant a lot to me, until I started looking closer. And then I discovered I needed the right now, it's an emergency items. When buying a first aid kit, you will find, especially in the outdoor community, you'll get things that have lots of aspirin and pain reliever in it, bug bite stuff, burn ointments and things like this. Even though these things are very important, they're not truly what I would consider first aid items. Because what we're talking about are items that will address more severe things, like sprains, like CPR stuff. If you get an object in the eye, or a bad splinter somewhere, or you're shot, gunshot, or something, anything, you don't want to trust your well-being on tools that are unnecessarily substandard in quality. Surviveware's come up with a first aid kit that understands this. This is the first aid kit, again, made by Surviveware. Thank you, Surviveware, for sending this to me for review, or I should say preview. I can't really do a review unless you've actually used the products, you know. But anyway, I can show what's in it and what I think about it. In this little pouch here, first of all, let me say this case, it's a canvas type case. It's very well made. It's got two zipper closures for here, and you open the kit up and it has a ton of stuff in it. On the front, you have this zippered compartment that has personal medicines. So you got several little Ziploc bags that you can put your daily medications in. And there's ample room if you want to tuck another item in. This is the kit open. Now, what I like about it is the items are labeled CPR kit. I've never seen that in, you know, commonly marketed first aid kits. Adhesive dressings. Now, there's your boo-boo kit, okay? It does have boo-boo kit, but that's not all there is to it. Hypoallergenic tape. This is the CPR kit. It has a resuscitation mask on it. And we're going to open this up. Carefully pull the contents out. You have an antiseptic towelette. You have some gloves. And you have some instructions. For adult CPR, check for dangers, check response, send for help, clear or open the airway, check for normal breathing, give 30 chest compressions at 100 per minute. followed by 2 rescue breaths. But you have some instructions. It would be well worth your time, as with any first aid kit, is to familiarize yourself with the items. Now this is for giving mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. This will be the mask that you would place over the face of the victim. Okay? And you would put that over their mouth as shown in the diagram and breathe in. Clasp the plastic around the victim's mouth, blow in. Pinch the nose. I've never seen this in a widely distributed commercial first aid kit, and believe me, again, this is first aid. This is when danger is there. I mean, you're talking about potential loss of life. These items will definitely come into play and aid you in aiding them. Now, for wound closures, you've got some, for minor wounds, you have an assortment of bandages. We've seen this before. There's lots of them, okay, that are great for small wounds, okay. Along with that, you have some hypoallergenic tape. It appears to be a very good quality. And shears. Now this is a big difference with the quality of these shears. These things are heavy duty, very heavy duty in comparison to some of the more popular, inexpensive commercial kits. And now this is a big difference. These are the tweezers that come with this. These are professional grade. I mean, they are. Look at how thick the steel is on these things. They're not made of plastic, as I've witnessed in some of the other kits. These things will be invaluable. Then you have some splinter probes. Now, for removing splinters and things like this. Okay. Safety pins. We know what we can do with those. Now, again, at this point, this is something that I've never witnessed in a little commercially available kit. And that is, this is a tourniquet. Now, in military kits, you can get some good kits now. Don't get me wrong. You can buy some, there are some good kits out there. But we're talking about a price break of $40 or less. You know, you got a tourniquet. When something goes wrong, what's beautiful about this kit is all these things are right here. They're at your fingertips. They're labeled. And having a tourniquet ready to go, that's just amazing. It really is. And a welcome change to what I've witnessed in some of the other ones. Got some cotton swabs here. Now, and this is something you don't see in a lot of first aid kits. You don't see a whistle in a lot of first aid kits. I'm a big believer in whistles, because if you're injured and you need help, you need somebody to locate you and give you further assistance other than the first aid you've administered to yourself or to someone else, this is going to come into play. Very loud, very loud. And the thing about a whistle is, it takes no effort. Just breathing, you can make this thing work. And you know, if you don't know already, 3 bursts means I need help. Okay? Whistle is, in my view, a valid piece of this kit. You just don't see them in other kits, and it's very important. Location. Now we're going to see what we have here, and we have pressure bandages for wounds, sprains, and snake bites. And here we go. And we've got a card that says "Know Your First Aid Kit." This tells you everything that's in it. Okay, it's well worth your time to get this first aid kit. Take all the items out for yourself. I'm going to do a lot of research on what I have here, because I don't know how to use this tourniquet. Well, having it is that's just groovy, man. That you got it, but I don't know how it works. I honestly don't. So the only way I'm going to find out is to do a little research, find out how it works. That way, when I need it, I'll have everything in the same place, and I'll be good to go. But you've got here, again, on the bandage side, you have a conforming bandage, and you have a pressure bandage. Okay? Now, I don't know what they're talking about as far as the snake bites, other than restrict the blood flow away from everything else. Here again, that's where a tourniquet may come into play. But anyway, there we go there. Now, skin cleansing wipes. In a lot of first aid kits, you'll get an abundance of these cleansing wipes. Yes, they are important. You need to have them. Every kit needs to have them. Okay? Now, cotton gauze swabs and eye pads. There again, going back to the tweezers. If you get something in your eye, you need to remove it. Then you have an eye pad to put over it. I'm not talking about one that's got a cord coming out of it. We're not made by Apple. We're talking about a bandage, an eye pad that'll keep further contaminants out of your eye and get you to where you can get better medical attention. And you have a cotton gauze swab, sterile. Okay? Now, for wound closures, we have a little wound closure section here. And here again, it's more an expanded version of the adhesive dressings for minor wounds on the other side. It's band-aids, bandages of varying sizes. Back here, we have an emergency blanket. Whenever someone's in shock, it's a good idea to cover them with an emergency blanket. Make sure that they stay nice and warm and calm. And we have a triangular bandage. And we know what that's for. It's very important to have a triangle bandage in every first aid kit that you have. If you don't have one, that's a real shame, because they're very valuable and come into play in more than one situation. So that is an overview of this kit. So there you have it. That is the small Surviveware first aid kit. Another thing about this case is that it's MOLLE compatible. You can attach it to your pack. Okay. You can also attach it to a belt, and you can attach it. Be creative. You can find ways to attach it. Or you can just simply put it in your pack. That's the way I do it. I've got a bucket style pack, and I can see this red color, know what it is, grab it, keep it easily accessible in your pack. Now, okay. Now, what do I like about it? What do I not like about it? What I like about it, obviously, is some big concerns of first aid. You've got items to help you. Now, what do I mean by that? The CPR kit, you know, I personally have been in a real situation where I needed to administer CPR, and I can see where that would have been nice. It would have been helpful, and it's right there. It's you know, that's perfect. And some of the other things, a tourniquet. A tourniquet's, you know, God, I hope you never have to use one. But if you need one, you've got it here. Okay? Tourniquet's very important. Now, I like that. What I think that would be nice is that if the bag was a little larger, so that you could do your own personal customization if you have special needs or something like that, or like I would like to add, you know, this is just one item. It would be quick clot, okay, a clotting sponge. I think that would be great to have, and I think there may be enough room for me to slide one in there. I'll see when I get home. Now, I just wish it was a little bit more expandable. Okay. Now, if you think that a first aid kit needs more items than that, well, Surviveware also carries a deluxe version of this. Go to their website, check it out. I'm going to put a link in the description box so you can locate this company and see for yourself. What, you know, for me, for my money, like looking at this thing, you know, right out of, I'm not going to say the box or whatever, but just looking right out into this bag, the quality, that's something. The quality of these items and feeling it with your hands and everything else is good. It's sturdy. It's good quality. Those tweezers were amazing. I mean, it's like, you know, professional grade, something you'd find in a hospital or something. But yeah, and I like the whistle. The whistle's important to me. I think it's a winner. So jump on over to Survivalware's website, check them out. If you don't have a first aid kit, you need one, I can guarantee you. And this would be an excellent place to purchase something to where somebody has really given some thought to this thing, and they're not just throwing little bitty cheap items in there to beef up the content number in the package so that you think you're getting something better. You may be getting a few items less than this kit, but the items that you get, the quality's there. This stuff can save your life. Thanks for hanging out. It's about to get dark on me over here. I enjoyed it. If you like this video and other types of gear reviews, I do gear reviews on this channel. If you like what you see, please subscribe and ring the bell to get future notifications of maybe gear reviews or other stuff. I do a lot of camping. Be glad to have you with me. From Donnie Pavlini Outdoors to you and yours, as always, be safe in the woods and never know, I may see you there. Take care.